Hey Glossies! So today in our video we are testing out a new foundation, and our foundation of this month is Sassy Plus Chic that I purchased in Dollar Tree store for only $1, and it comes 1.0 ounces, that is the normal quantity about that the other foundations bring. And if you want to know, every first video of the month that I'm gonna upload here gonna be about testing foundations. Every month a different foundation, and if you haven't been watching my video, you're gonna notice that last video I already tried this foundation, but just in swatches and first impressions, and today you're gonna really try it out on the face to see how it's gonna work. Today my face has some red areas, which doesn't help the foundation perform well, so let's see what will happen. This foundation works as a tube, and I will apply the same quantity on both sides of my face. One side I spread the product with the brush, which gives a higher coverage but leaves the stroke all over the face, which later I will have to polish with the sponge. The other side, I spread the foundation using a wet sponge. The sponge always absorbs the product, leaving a lighter coverage. In this case, it absorbed a lot, so I had to apply more product to cover the face. Here you can see that the side where I applied the brushes, it shines more than the other side. This is not oil, okay? It's just because this foundation is moisturizing and not matte, so we can expect to be more naturally shiny and not so dry. And as I said, I had to polish the face to remove the strokes and any other line that was accumulating. This foundation feels very light on the skin. It seems that I'm not using nothing, which is very comfortable because no one likes to be feeling a plaster on the face. In my opinion, its coverage is medium to high since it covered my redness, and it leaves this very beautiful shiny. If you don't like a glowy skin, you will need to apply a setting powder. So let's analyze from up close. It didn't cover my pores, but for this have the primers. It didn't accumulate on my lines on the side of the mouth, of the nose, and under my eyes, which is impressive because my foundations always accumulate a little over these spots. It only accumulated a little on the line of my upper eyelid, but nothing that I couldn't solve polishing with the sponge. Now we are testing if this foundation can build a layer, because good foundation is the one that you can work with. So I reapplied the product on the areas I wanted to highlight or needed a higher coverage. Again, using a wet sponge, I go pushing it against my face. The tip here is to use one side of the sponge to apply the product on the desired areas and the other side to set. Like this you can control how much product you want. As you can see, the more you apply, the more shiny the skin stays, because it builds an extra layer of moisturizing product. I have to say that I loved this foundation, and it's my new very best product. I use this foundation every day, and for my skin, this was the foundation that mostly lasted without having to retouch. What I normally do is to set the forehead, the chin and the jaw to remove this extra shiny and leave the other spots with the glow. Seen in person, the second layer made the color of my face be a little darker than my neck. With the first layer I got a perfect color. It's good to mention that this foundation is only available in 3 colors, which is not so democratic because it may jump a lot of skin shades. Looking at close again, even though having more product on the face, the foundation only accumulated on top of my eye exactly the same amount as before. Now we are going to do the transfer test. With a piece of paper, I pushed onto my face several times and I saw that the foundation didn't transfer to the paper, proving that the glow is not oil but the moisturizing that comes from the foundation. Changing a piece of paper, I repeat the same process on the other side to test if we had a luck shot or if this is the normal behavior of the product. And again, nothing transferred to the paper. If I wanted to be detailed, maybe a little drop transferred on the second side. Probably some part of the foundation that didn't dry yet. Okay, the foundation survived the paper, but do you think it will survive the test of the water? With a spray bottle, I sprayed the water on my face. The foundation didn't melt. You saw that no color drop came running down my face. So with the paper just touching the face, I dried the water. Once I did this step, you can see that the paper absorbed most of the water, but also removed the foundation. You can see a line was formed on my forehead. The side where it was dried is still having all the foundation, and the side where it was wet, the product was removed. The color of my face returned to be on the same shade of my neck, back into where we were when I applied that first layer of foundation. So I tried on the other side and the same thing happened. Removed the water and part of the foundation. The coverage fell from medium to high to a light one, accumulating again on top of my eye. I wouldn't say that this foundation is amazingly waterproof, but it does hold on the face, because the water didn't wash out the product. So let's say that you are on the street and suddenly starts to rain. Your coverage will be lighter, but you will still be wearing a foundation with a high performance. So in this category, I would give a 7 out of 10. To finalize, I reapplied the foundation to reconstruct the layer the water removed from me. Just a small amount of the product was necessary. I also applied on the neck and ears just so it doesn't look I'm wearing a mask when I go out. I think you could see the performance of this foundation. It's a very good foundation. The bottle is a plastic and it doesn't come inside a packaging, which reduced the price, but it came in a pretty good amount of 1 ounce. And everything we just saw for a $1 product, I'm very impressed. At Dollar Tree, the same brand inside the makeup area also have eyelash curlers and contour makeup brush for $1. So Glossies, as you could see, this foundation is a very good product and it's worth the price. For only $1. You can shop a very good foundation with good quality. I stayed impressed. It's a very impressive product for the price that they offer. Leave in the comments if you would shop this foundation, what do you think about, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell and the like button. Keep it glossy!